are pregnant, please make sure that you know your limitations. But just to note that you should have something to support you underneath your head and shoulders when we're lying supine, and that you shouldn't take any deep twists at all throughout your pregnancy, just to be on the safe side. Today we are going to do a full body flow. We're just going to energize ourselves. It's a nice weekend feel. I haven't prepared anything, so we're just going to make it up and see where the flow takes us today, which I always find quite exciting because who knows where it could go. And if you do have any injuries, any aches or pains, or any illnesses, so you don't feel well, you're still very welcome to stay and take the class. Just being extra mindful of those areas that maybe don't feel 100%, paying attention to your body and what it wants and what it needs. So don't push yourself past your own ability. That goes for if you're 100% health as well. You'll only progress if you work at your ability level. So, you know, if we push ourselves too much, we're going to end up getting an injury. It's much better to just work at your level and you will see the progress happen. So yes, no pushing yourself and just paying attention. So if you need to take a break, absolutely take a break, have a drink of water, do what you need to do, stop and rejoin us when you're ready. Always do as much or as little of the flow as you would like. And if your practice today is that you want to spend 45 minutes lying on the mat on your own, being unbothered, then please do that. Remember that yoga is not just about our physical asana and our physical practice. It's a mental practice as well. So if you need 45 minutes away from your kids, then I totally understand, and please take that time on your mats. So that being said, because it's a little bit colder today, make sure that you have anything near you that you might need. So if you want to use blocks or straps, if you need a drink of water, if you want to make sure you've got jumpers, socks, blankets, anything like that. I'm going to try and get us moving as soon as possible so that we can warm up our bodies. So we're going to start kneeling today, which is my new favourite way to start the class. If this is just not in your practice, that's absolutely fine. Feel free to start in a seated position. Otherwise, planting your bum on your heels, tops of the feet down, knees facing straight ahead. Place your palms on your knees, drop the shoulders. Close your eyes. And let's take a nice deep inhale. Filling your lungs from the bottom all the way to the top. And exhale through the mouth, reverse the breath. Pull that navel in towards the spine. Inhale, expanding. And exhale. Try and deepen your breath with every inhale and exhale. Exhale. So as we're breathing here, let's start to filter our surroundings and tune into our body, into our breath. Letting go of anything that might be weighing us down. Let's try and approach our practice with a clear mind. I know that sometimes that is not possible. Try and clear it as much as you can and just breathe into your mind. So imagining your mind as a room, and we sweep the clutter clear, and then we use the breath to wash through. Inhale. Exhale. Pulling the shoulders away from the ears and lengthening through your neck. Softening those facial features and unlocking your jaw. Unclench the back teeth and drop the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. Let's start to just roll our head from shoulder to shoulder, giving ourselves a little bit of movement. Maybe you want to set that into a full head roll. Remember to go both ways. And then bringing yourself back to center. Just give those shoulders a little wiggle. They don't have to be full shoulder rolls. You can do separate shoulders. Maybe start to move your body with that. Give yourself a little wiggle around. Then you can start to turn that into a little bit of mobility for the spine. Start to just wiggle that body. Loosening up those areas. Take your right arm and raise it up towards the sky. Draw a huge circle. Brush the mat as you come past. And try and cross it across your body so your right arm comes all the way across your body and around. And let's do the left. Left arm comes across. And you want to lean to the right as you do that. So we bring that left arm across and lean to the right, almost like we're doing a little dance. And once more. Really nice. Bring yourself back to center. Slide those palms in front and bring yourself into an all fours position, tucking the toes and pushing into your heels. If that hurts, then feel free to drop the tops of the feet to the mat. Just pull that navel in and flatten your spine. And we're just gonna dig our fingers into the mat so you're cupping your palms. So this is something that I want you address every single class at the moment. Try not to keep the palms flat so you don't wedge into your wrists. You want to kind of, in down dog as well, create a sort of little lift in the palm. Deep breath here, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, start to drop the navel to the floor and gaze towards the sky, hollowing out that lower back. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. So our cat-cow mobilizing the spine. And if you want to, you can start to freestyle that movement. You guys definitely know the drill by now. Get your wiggle on. Get into all those corners of your body that you feel need to be unlocked. And remember that this doesn't necessarily have to be a specific yoga or asana. Yoga, and some yoga teachers might shout at me for saying this, but yoga to me isn't specific asana. So it's, for me, my yoga is about the movement of the body. So even if it isn't exactly to a T the same asana as in Sanskrit, then it doesn't really matter as long as we're using our breath and clearing our minds. Really, really nice. So keep that movement, keep that wiggle going. You want to push your breath into all the corners of the body. You want to get into every little nook and cranny, every little inch of your body. Kind of like a dance. Wake up all of those corners. And remember, as I say every day, this is a really lovely thing to do if you have a day where you just don't have the time or the energy to do a full class or a big old stretch. Wiggle around like this. This is going to get those synovial fluids flowing. It's going to get fluids flowing around the body. It's going to wake up those joints, wake up the body a little bit. And sometimes that's just what we need for our bodies, for our minds. It's that little bit of movement. Keeping that wiggle going. And then gently bringing yourself back into your central all fours position. Wrists under shoulders, tucking those toes. Deep breath. We reach our right arm out in front. And as we do, we're going to lower onto our left forearm. Reaching that right arm out. So kind of like your extended puppy pose, but with one arm only. Deep breath, inhale. Pull the right arm back into your all fours position and start to reach that right arm forward, circling the arm all the way back. Try and follow those fingers with your gaze. And again, reach. And all the way back, dropping the hand. Send that left hand all the way forward and dropping down onto your right forearm. Pulling the chest towards the mat, keeping those toes tucked, keeping that bum towards the sky, pulling that navel in, deep breath. Exhale, chest towards the floor. Reaching back into that all fours position. Pull that left arm forward now and start to circle the arm behind you, really, really getting into those shoulders. Trying to follow those fingers with your gaze. Lovely. Gently bring yourself back to center. Tuck the toes and push up into a downward facing dog. And maybe bicycle the legs here. First downward dog of the class. Dropping the head between the arms, putting the shoulders away from the ears. Feet want to be about hip width apart, but that's not exact. They can be wherever feels really comfortable for you. And if you need to bend your knees, absolutely do. Remember that it's much better to have bent knees and a straight spine than a curved back and straight legs. We don't want that. That's how we get injuries. Push down through those palms and remember to cup the palms, turning the middle fingers slightly off center, pulling the shoulders away from the ears, navel to spine, deep breath, inhale. Rolling onto the balls of your feet and lifting the heels, and exhale, we lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. We're getting into our calves and our hamstrings here, just gently, so the backs of our legs. And lower. So if you do have really tight calves, I found this is one of my absolute favorites just for loosening up that area, and lower. Also really gets us used to being in down dog, which is obviously good if we're doing yoga. One more of those. And then we're going to ripple forward into a high plank position. And from here, we're going to drop the knees, send the bum back towards the heels, and circle up. Let's do that 4 times. We go 4. Knees, bum and down dog, and 3. Knees, bum and down dog, and 2. Knees, bum and down dog, and 1. Knees, bum and down dog. Really nice. Staying in that down dog, we're going to drop our knees, but just hover them, and then push back into our downward dog. And we're going to do that 5 times in time with our breath. So we inhale, drop the knees. Exhale, push back up. Inhale, hover the knees. Exhale, push back up. 3, and push. 2, and push. And 1, really nice, and push. Bring yourself back into your high plank. Walk the feet so they're more together, and just kind of tip yourself to the left and reach that right arm out in front. Again, circle that arm the whole way around, bringing it back to center. This time, circle the arms and step into a side plank. So your side plank, you can stay here. You can drop that bottom knee if you need to, or if you want to, if you're feeling super strong, lift that top leg. You can also take hold of the right foot with your hand, wherever you are. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back into your plank position. Feet together and tip towards the right. If you have bad wrists, feel free to come into a forearm plank and hold there to work the core. Reaching that left arm out in front and circle the arm all the way around. And then we're going to circle ourselves into our side plank. So either side plank, drop the knee, or lift that top leg if you would like to. Whatever feels good for you. Remember, it might be different on both sides. Wherever you are, we hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back into your high plank position. Drop those knees towards the mat. You're going to reach that right leg out towards the side. So you're pointing that right toe out towards the side of your mat. And you're going to drop that right arm down onto the mat and reach that left arm underneath. Pulling that left arm underneath the right armpit. So right leg is stretched out. Rolling onto that left shoulder. Pulling the left arm underneath that right armpit. Breathe here, deep breath, inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale, gently pull the arm out. Walk yourself into an upright position. Reach those arms up in line with your ears. Bring yourself into your gate pose. Tuck the tailbone under. Try and keep those hips squared to the front. So like car headlights. And you can make sure your hips are aligned by putting your finger and thumb on your hip bones and just making sure they lie level. So you don't want to be like offside, like you're doing a little dance. Arms in line with the ears. Take a deep breath. Send that right arm down the right leg and the left arm up and over. Bringing yourself into a kind of crescent moon position. I'm going to show you what it looks like from the front. So push into that left hip. Try and keep yourself nice and aligned as though you've been popped in a toaster. Reach those left fingers towards the right side. Deep breath, inhale. Exhale, drop that left hand to the mat, reach the right arm up. Lift that right leg. If you want to, you can keep it on the mat if you would rather. If you want to go further, reaching that right arm out, bring a straight line from finger to toe. And further still, kick the right hand back into, kick the right foot back into the right hand. Give yourself a little balance and a stretch. Deep breath, inhale. 5, 4, wherever you are. 3, 2, and 1. Gently release. From where you are, bringing that leg back into an all fours position. Tuck the toes and bring yourself back into a downward facing dog. Bring yourself forward into your high plank. Tuck those elbows in, come down through your chaturanga. Push forward into an upward facing dog and push back. Downward facing dog. Lovely. Just dropping yourself back down onto your knees. You're now going to take that left leg out to the side. I'm just going to pull the mat a little bit away from that. Actually, I'm going to do it from the front. So you're going to bring that left leg out to the side. You're going to reach the left arm out in front and take the right hand and post it underneath that left armpit, dropping the right ear to the mat. So you're rolling onto that right shoulder, threading the needle, reaching that right hand towards the left foot. Deep breath here, inhale. Rolling deeper onto that right shoulder with every breath, inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale, gently pulling yourself back to center. Walk those hands into an upright position. Curl up through the spine and reach the arms up in line with your ears. Hips squared to the front, so making sure you're not uneven. You're going to take that left hand down your left leg, the right arm up and over, pushing into that right hip, making your body a kind of crescent moon shape, right fingers towards the left side. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. Dropping that right hand down onto the mat in line with the right knee and the left arm up. So you're stacking the shoulders from wrist to wrist in a straight line, reaching up and energizing through those left fingertips. So you can stay here, you can lift the left leg, you can reach the left arm out in front, you can bend the left knee, taking hold of the left foot and kicking that foot into your hand. And hold here wherever you are for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently, you're going to bring yourself back to center, back to your all fours position. Push up into your downward facing dog. I'm just going to switch sides. Pushing up into your downward facing dog. Taking that right leg, sending it all the way up towards the sky. Drawing that right knee in towards the chest, plant the right foot and bring yourself up into a high lunge. Shift and change sides at all. Just ignore me. So, right ankle on above, right ankle under right knee, hips under shoulders, arms in line with your ears, high lunge. Good for your balance, good for your knees. And from here, we're going to straighten the front leg and lower. So we're working to strengthen those quads, those hamstrings. So we're going to inhale to straighten, exhale to lower, inhale to straighten, exhale to lower. Try and keep that balance. Inhale to straighten, exhale to lower. Take a deep breath, turn the left foot out, bring the arms in line with the shoulders, warrior two, gazing down those front fingertips. Inhale, we hinge forward, turn the palm upwards, and send the left arm down the back of the left leg. The right arm comes up and over, reverse warrior. Deep breath, drop that right forearm onto your right thigh, and send the left arm up, reverse into your extended side angle. So try to lift through the chest, try not to put too much weight on this arm. Deep breath here, inhale. As you exhale, you're going to drop that left hand towards the mat and reach the right arm up towards the sky. Bring yourself in to a twisted lunge. Deep breath here, inhale. As you exhale, drop both hands on either side of that front foot and drop the back knee towards the mat. Keeping that left toe tucked under. Reach the arms up in line with your ears. Bring yourself into your crescent moon pose. So hips under shoulders. Again, if you want to, you can untuck that back foot if that makes it easier for you, if that makes it better for your knee. It's completely up to you. Deep breath here. We're going to start to drop the elbows on either side to just open our heart center. And then reach the arms behind, interlacing the fingers behind your back. So you're going to start to pull those hands down towards your thigh. So if that's where you feel comfortable, lovely. You can also drop all the way towards the mat and let that head roll back. Bring yourself into a back bend if you want to. Take a breath. And as you exhale, gently coming out the way that you came in, bring those palms on either side of that front foot. Bending the back knee and straightening the front leg, flexing that right foot, so drawing the right toes towards your calf. So again, back toes can either be tucked under or top of the feet on the mat, whatever feels better for you. So you can either start to bring your hands on either side of your leg and draw yourself forward, making sure that spine stays nice and flat, and you want to get that nice pull through the hamstring. Or you can lift yourself up and draw your palms together, bringing yourself into a balance and start to hinge forward that way. Working on your balance as well as stretching that hamstring. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Drop your palms down on either side. Bring that right leg back to center. Walk the hands now round to the center and turn both feet to face, well, they want to face outwards, but to face the front, let's say. Bring yourself into a wide leg forward fold. Start to draw the crown of the head towards the mat. So this is your wide leg forward fold, and it's really good for extending and expanding the body. It's good for lower back pain. It's good for stretching the hamstrings. It's great prep for tripod headstand. So if tripod headstand is in your practice and you would like to take that now, then please do feel free. Anyone that would like to give it a go, you're going to make a kind of tripod with your hands and just lift yourself up into your headstand from where you are. If you would like to try tripod headstand, but you're just not sure, and maybe that looks a little bit daunting, you can try a slightly, we're going to go for a version that maybe starts with a smaller balance. So those of you that would like to try that, what you do is forgetting your wide leg forward fold completely. So those of you that are still in wide leg forward fold, feel free to stay there or join us here. You're going to place your palms so they're about mat width. Drop the crown of the head so it's in between both hands, a little bit in front. And lift the legs up as though you were doing a down dog. Remember to equally distribute the weight between hands and head. Then you're going to bring your knees onto your elbows. And this is a nice little starter pose. From there, you can also try lifting one leg at a time. I don't know why I actually find that harder than lifting up from the mat. But it's a good place to start. And it's actually how I learn, although now I find it more difficult. I think once you actually get the hang of it, then you forget how to do it from there. But that's a really good place to start because it gets you into the balance and it's not as scary as lifting straight up. So give that a go. And then everyone, when you are ready, you're going to bring yourself back down onto the mat. We're going to take ourselves into an all fours position. Bring our feet together, our heels, bring our feet together, our knees apart, drop our bum onto our heels and reach the arms out in front. Bring yourself into your balasana, your child's pose, and breathe. If you are still in headstand or attempting headstand, very gently coming out in your own time and bringing yourself into a child's pose, just to counter that inversion. And then gently walking your hands back into your upright position. Placing your palms flat on the mat, tuck those toes under and pushing yourself up into your downward facing dog. Now we're going to switch back to this side. Take your left leg, bring it up towards the sky, pointing those left toes up into your three-legged dog. Drawing that left knee in towards your chest, plant the left foot and reach up into your high lunge. Hips under shoulders, knee above ankle. Engage the core, just gently tucking that tailbone. So strengthening our legs, we're going to inhale to straighten, exhale to lower. Inhale to straighten, exhale to lower. Remember to keep those shoulders down and straighten and lower and straighten and lower. Turn that right foot out, bring the arms in line with your shoulders. Warrior two. Gaze down those front fingertips. So start to hinge with that left hand. Turn the palm upwards and send the right arm down the back of the right leg. Left arm up and over, reversing your warrior. Deep breath here, inhale. As you exhale, drop that left forearm to your left thigh and the right arm up and over, extended side angle. Really, really nice. Try and keep that chest open. Imagining that we are lifting through the chest, not hanging out at the pub. Take that right hand, drop it to the mat, to the inside of your left foot, and reach that left arm up, taking a twisted lunge. Deep breath. And exhale. Drop both hands down to the mat, framing that front foot and dropping the back knee, reaching those arms up in line with your ears. Crescent moon pose. So, again, that back foot can either be toes tucked under or top of the foot to the mat. It doesn't matter which, whatever feels best for you. With the toes tucked under, it's sometimes a little bit harsher on the knees. Again, feel free to grab a cushion or rolled up blanket to put underneath your knees. You can do that anyway in any position if you've got sensitive knees. Arms in line with the ears, deep breath. Start to pull the elbows out to the side, opening the chest, giving yourself a little back bend, and draw the arms behind you, interlacing those fingers behind your back, and starting to draw the hands downwards towards your thigh. Remember, if you want to, you can drop them all the way down towards the mat. Give yourself a little back bend here. 3, 2, and 1. Gently lifting. Arms on either side, framing that front foot. Bend the back knee and straighten that front leg. Flexing the left foot and pulling those left toes towards you. Deep breath, straight spine, hinge at the hips. So you can have your hands on the mat, feeling that pull through the left hamstring, spine straight, or you can bring your palms together at your heart center and start to hinge forward that way. Still going to get that nice juicy stretch. Remember, toes can be tucked, can be top of the foot to the mat. And that was my knee just clicking because it didn't like that transition. Start to hinge forward, deep breath. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Dropping those palms down on either side of that front foot. Bring yourself back to that bent knee, that low lunge. Tuck the right toe under and step back into your high plank. Either pushing straight back into your downward dog or tuck those elbows in, come down to chaturanga. Push forward, upward facing, and push back. Downward facing dog, take a breath. That right leg comes all the way up towards the sky, three-legged dog. Bend the right knee. Let's stir the hip. So we're going to take that right knee, we're going to bring it all the way across to the left elbow and then straight across to the right elbow and then back into our three-legged dog with an open hip. Let's do it again. So that right knee comes across to the left, to the right, and back, opening the hip. And again, right knee across to the right and back. And you can stay here or you can walk the whole way over. Taking a wild thing pose, reaching that right arm back. Deep breath here, inhale. 3, 2, and 1, wherever you are. Back to your three-legged dog. Drop that foot back down, bring yourself into your downward dog and just give yourself a little wiggle
Walk those legs out, push down through the palm, dropping the head between the hands, and then send that left leg all the way up, three-legged dog, bending that left knee. And let's stir the hips so that left knee comes all the way across to the right elbow, to the left elbow, and back up. Try and make it like a fluid circle. So from that three-legged dog with an open hip, we go across to the right, to the left, and back up. Let's do it again. To the right, to the left, back up. One more time. To the right, to the left, back up. And if you want to, you can walk the whole way over. Take your wild thing, or you can hold that three-legged dog wherever you are. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently, gently bring yourself back into your downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale here. And as you exhale, you're going to drop forward into that high plank. And we're going to start to walk our feet together. So our feet touch. Drop your knees to the mat. Tuck your elbows in and start to drop your chest down. And then push all the way forward into your Cobra Pose. Untuck the feet, point the toes, engage the legs, lift the chest. Feel that engagement in your bum, in your hamstrings. And breathe. And just take those arms out to the side as though they are kind of like an insect. And we're just going to inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, lower. So we're kind of waving the body. Remember to keep those feet pointed. That's going to engage your legs. Lift the knees. Feel it in your lower back, in your hamstrings, your glutes, your bums. This is really good for lower back pain. Let's go again. Lift the chest. And roll back down. Let's go for 5. And lower. And 4. And lower. And 3. And lower. 2. And lower. And 1. Bring those arms back to center. Push yourself back into an all fours position. Bring the heels together, knees apart, forehead to the mat. And take your Balasana, your child's pose, and breathe. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Walking those hands back into an upright position. Untucking your legs. And bringing yourself back to center. Drop the feet to the mat about hip width apart and peel yourself back down onto your mats. Dropping your hands on either side of the hips. And you're just going to drop, just take the arms a little wider and drop both knees over to the right. As you do, you want to drop the right knee completely down. That left knee is going to aim towards the right foot. We're just going to release the hips. Deep breath. And exhale. And inhale. And as you exhale, the left knee rolls all the way across to the left. The right knee is going to reach the left foot. Releasing those hips and breathe. And then gently drop the right knee open. Bring your feet together like palms and bring yourself into your reclined bound angle pose, your Baddha Konasana. So feet together and knees dropping open. Push the sacrum, the base of the spine, into the mat. Bring your palms either to the inside of your thighs or rest them on your pelvis in a heart shape so you can feel that breath. So reclined bound angle pose, it is a gentle hip opener. It's a good restorative pose. It's a nice one to finish with. You guys probably know by now it's one of my favorite hip openers. It increases blood flow to the pelvic floor, very important. Good one to do if you are pregnant. Gives you that nice wide open feeling. And just breathe into that hip opening. Inhale. And exhale. And then pull the knees together, drawing them in towards your chest.
And gently rocking from side to side, releasing your spine on the mat. Really nice. Drop those feet about hip width apart. Feet want to stay flat, feet and knees parallel like train tracks. Arms down on either side of your hips. Pull the shoulders away from the ears, take a deep breath, inhale. And as you exhale, start to send those hips up towards the sky. So there's a piece of string through your pelvis, walking your shoulders together underneath your back and interlacing those fingers underneath your bum. Make sure those feet and knees don't bow out. You want to keep them parallel. You want to keep the feet flat. So your shoulder bridge, good for your shoulders, good for your back. Strengthening the glutes, strengthening the hamstrings. Strengthening the quads, good for the pelvic floor. So good for Kegels. If you've had a baby or you're pregnant, this is a good one for you. It's also good for anxiety, insomnia, and stress. Good for practicing back bends. It's a bit of an all-rounder. Some people say if you hold for 5 minutes a day, it can deal with symptoms of depression and digestive issues. We're not going to hold for 5 minutes, but let's do 5 breaths. Let's go for 5. And breathe. 4. And release. 3. And release. 2. And 1. Release your palms. Gently peel yourself back down onto the mat, pushing your spine into the earth and draw those knees in towards you. Rocking from side to side in your Apanasana, releasing your spine. And if you want to, you can start to circle your legs, sending them both ways, just to release your back. And if you want to, you can take a happy baby, bringing your fingers around your big toes and drawing those knees towards you, just giving yourself a little rock. Really nice. And then gently, slowly, you're going to peel yourself back down onto the mat and allow yourself to fall. Feet falling open, palms falling open, shoulders pull down away from the ears. Melt into your mats and take a breath, inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And you can stay here if you are ready for your Shavasana. If there is something you need to do before Shavasana, please feel free to do that now. So maybe you want to dim your lights or pop some music on. Maybe you want to grab jumpers, blankets, cushions, socks. Maybe you need a drink of water. Whatever you need to do that now, and then bring yourself on to your mats, ready for your relaxation. And as always, you don't have to stay for Shavasana. That is absolutely optional. I know it's not in everyone's practice, but bear in mind that Shavasana doesn't have to be, I know some people think of it as meditation, and it absolutely doesn't have to be meditation. For me, and generally in my classes, I prefer to call it relaxation. It's a time where you can just exist and not be bothered by your phone or your kids or whoever else is in your house. It's just, even though it's a few minutes, it's just time to completely switch off, which sometimes I think we really, really need, especially in this day and age. So when you're ready, bring yourself down onto the mat, dropping those palms open, feet falling open. Closing your eyes, and let's take a nice deep inhale through the nose. And exhale. And bringing yourself back to where you were at the beginning of the class. No thoughts, no worries. Focusing in on that slow and steady rise and fall of your breath. And as we filter out our surroundings, tuning into our bodies, tuning into our minds, clearing space for ourselves. Bring our attention towards our feet. Feel them fall open on the mat, each toe unraveling. Ankles, calves, knees, thighs, lightweight. As though someone has taken the batteries straight out of you. From the base of the spine all the way up, allow each vertebrae to unravel one by one. Melting down into the mat like lava. All the way up to your shoulders and feeling those shoulder blades pull down away from the ear. Allow your neck to grow long, your head to become light. Facial features soft and gentle. Unlock your jaw, unclench your teeth. Drop the tongue down away from the roof of the mouth and part your lips. Bring your arms at your side, fingers unravel. And finally pull your attention to your chest and your abdomen. That slow and steady rise and fall of your breath, allowing you to sink deeper. Let's take this time to just breathe. And just breathe. As you inhale and exhale. Gently wiggle the fingers and the toes to draw awareness back into your body. Hugging your knees in towards your chest and gently rocking from side to side to release the spine. Bringing yourself all the way over onto the right hand side into a fetal position. And bring yourself back to seated, palms on your knees. Drop the shoulders. Let's take a nice deep breath in here. And exhale. And again inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And this time when you exhale out, a deep sigh, really like you're just letting everything go. Draw your palms together at your heart center. Thank you all so much for practicing with me this evening. Hope you have a lovely rest of your Saturday. Namaste. Don't forget, there is a class tomorrow morning at 10:15. It's only on Zoom. It's free, so you guys on Facebook, you can sign up for it for free on the Airpods website. And then same time tomorrow night, Sunday night, Restore and Recharge Flow. You guys know the drill. So yeah, if you want something slow, it's tomorrow evening. If you want something fast, tomorrow morning. And if you want a bit of both, do both. And it's lovely to see so many of you on Zoom tonight on a Saturday night. So thank you all so very much. Thank you guys, and as always, have a think about things that you maybe want to do next week, or that you want to do more of, or that you any focuses in particular that we've already covered that you guys maybe want to go back over. Otherwise, I am going to sign off for tonight, so have a think, let me know over tomorrow or during the week if you think of anything. And I know, yes, side quote, we still haven't done it, but we are going to do it next week, I promise. Okay, have a lovely evening, everybody, and namaste.